that weird feeling. I told you all in a recent video, what are you going to do when Iran starts getting rained on? Because I knew it was going to happen any day. I literally said it 2 videos ago. So a lot of you people are like caught up in this whole Bitcoin thing. And don't forget, I have had Bitcoin, I've held Bitcoin, I still have exposure to Bitcoin. I'm not a financial advisor. I have to say this stuff because someone might sue me. It's ridiculous. Everybody's suing in the US. They'll sue if you fall and trip, doesn't mean you're going to win anything. But anyway, I have my Starbucks here and I got it for free because I'm very frugal. So I just want to give my thoughts on Bitcoin, my awakening, what happened and how it went down. As a Dogecoin owner, still under a penny, I got into it. I've benefited from crypto greatly. That's not a lie. It's the truth. And I'll tell you why I said one day I got to get a big position of Bitcoin and got to get out of it. I was in it for years. I got out of it because I'm not attacking anybody. I just disagree. I just disagree with that guy Michael Saylor. To be honest, his whole thesis on things just didn't sit right with me. Throwing these numbers out of thin air, I heard him say 10 million a coin. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is preposterous. It's never going to happen. It reminded me back when people were telling me AMC is going to be a hundred grand. You know, a lot of clickbait videos. These YouTuber influencers, in quotes influencers, selling courses full of crap, making you pumping AMC. Everybody wanted to get rich real quick. So a lot of people did, but it wasn't going. I said you'd be lucky if it gets to 100 a share, to 100,000 a share. This is ridiculous. This is just nonsense. It's the same thing with Bitcoin. These numbers, I believe, like in realism, I don't see any reality to Bitcoin being 10 million a share. I mean a coin. This is crazy, crazy talk. So I probably might. I'm looking to get back into Bitcoin if it drops big into 30s because people are greedy. So if I invest if and when I invest back into Bitcoin, it's going to be because Bitcoin goes low enough to where I'm like, okay, a lot of people are greedy. They're going to hype cycle this thing back up and it's going to crash again big. So I'm looking to get back into Bitcoin in the 30s. Can it go to the 30s? Hell yeah. Bitcoin will get to the 30s and 20s way before it ever gets to a million point five or 2 million because that's just crazy made up when pigs fly logic. Bitcoin is never going to 10 million. I can promise you that. You could take this video and repost it anywhere and you'll see it's never going to 10 million. This is ridiculous. And of course, people that are heavily invested into Bitcoin will get pissed off at me. Again, it sounds like a contradiction because I'm exposed to Bitcoin, meaning I have some coin left, but I have a little bit, not what I had before. So you're looking at a real investor who's benefited greatly from ETFs. I can go on and on about these ETFs. I have SPY, VTI, that's another one. QQQ, they go up and up and up. They're better. They're sleep good at night. ETF stocks. You own the best companies in the world. QQQ, heavy in tech. Again, even with the two drops in the last decade, it was 19-20% return basically. I don't have graphs and charts in front of me. I'm doing it all off the head. But a lot of people, YouTube doesn't promote these videos because number one, I think they're in a sports category, and I don't give a damn because you know why? I'm not doing this for money. I don't need to do this for money, but it is nice to get money. I did make enough on this channel to get a check last year. That was nice. It's been a long time because I totally gave up on YouTube and stopped being on YouTube. I had multiple channels, millions and millions of views. But anyway, I've been investing for a long time, and I just see nothing but going up and compounded with ETFs. ETFs are great. QQQ, VTI, SPY, and VOO. Some are my favorites. I have Tesla shares, but see, if if you have one share, and I see a lot of noobs putting like all their money into one share, like let's say for example you like Apple. Apple is great, but oh, I'm going to throw 200. Let's just say you're just starting to invest. You're going to throw 200 in Apple. What happens when Apple drops? They're going to sell it. They're going to be like, oh, my $200 is down now. It's like 140 because Apple's having a bad run of it right now. So you want an ETF. An ETF is Apple. It's a bunch of stocks all in one. Don't you get it? It's the safest thing. It's Apple. It's Amazon. So you're diversified. Diversification is your friend. It's a wonderful thing. Bitcoin, It's such a joke. It reminds me of AMC and all the apes. Apes. It's such a BS hype cycle. When I mean, I get excited. But it's gambling. It's so volatile. What are we talking about here? Where are you going and spending, buying things with Bitcoin? Where? Nowhere. So I say it's man's greed. It's human. It's human greed. It's going to drive it back up. But before it goes back up, because it looks like we're in a crypto winter. It looks like the bottom might be around 60-ish. But I'm thinking, I don't know. I think it could go a lot lower. And that's when I take my money and buy, like I said, in the 30s. I get some with money I can afford to lose. Money I won't miss. Money I'm not going to go pay my rent with. Sorry, I don't have rent. Misspoke. Rent, bills. A lot of you have rent. I don't have rent. I never rented. I own. Own all the way. I've done this strategically over the years, strategic with precision, with patience. I've been down with Bitcoin. I've held Bitcoin very low, underwater at one point, but it was, again, money I could afford to lose. I didn't care. And then I developed these, what I call these Jedi patience. I've held Bitcoin and I made it through all these storms, this crypto winter, the last bad storm, and it went up and it went up and I sold. I had a feeling because when I saw billionaires and elites in the world saying buy Bitcoin, pumping Bitcoin, I was like, wait a minute, what happened to the rebellion coin, cryptos, the people's coin? I got very skeptical. I had a nervousness in my stomach, and I said, you know what? I'm ahead. Time to get out. Time to sell most of this Bitcoin and roll it over into ETFs, which I did. Made money, got paid. All those ETFs are super high right now, and Bitcoin is right back where it was in 2021. I benefited great. I planned it perfectly. It was planned. Did I care when it went up to 125? Because I didn't sell it at 125 and 126. No, because I already made a profit. I'm like, I made a profit. This is great. So now we're going to see how this plant pans out. Now, when Trump announced Liberation Day, my wife and I strategically invested in all the great ETFs that we love. We went shopping because we knew all this fear, FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, the media, the BS. We knew we were going to get paid, and we did. We bought all these great ETFs low, a sale. Nobody's trying to listen. Warren Buffett tells you buy the farm. He tells you what ETFs are. He tells you S&P 500, the best 500 companies in the world. That you're gonna, yeah, it's boring, it's slow. If you want to gamble, go gamble. A lot of people are broke as a joke, flexing. I'm surrounded by flex culture where I live, one of the richest counties, one of the richest areas in the U.S., highest taxes, everything. There's nothing but people around here flexing, and they're living in debt up to their eyeballs. $1 million homes, Mercedes that they're leasing, or they got a big car note, making 250 grand a year, maybe a couple of 300 or more. Some people can afford it, but they're spending like they make $1 million a year. They don't have the money. They can't keep up. This is not for everybody, but this is the majority of the USA. Look at the statistics. They say many Americans, they don't have even 4 grand cash liquid if there's an emergency. They don't have 6 months of expenses. That's just crazy. This is because they're flexing and they're living this life. They're living this, this Floyd Mayweather lifestyle. There in there, like a miniature Floyd Mayweather. Now, let's talk about Floyd Mayweather a little bit. So you have these athletes that go broke. Floyd Mayweather allegedly, supposedly, looks like he might have financial troubles. I don't know. Maybe his version of being broke is $10 million to $50 million left after almost making $1 billion or more in the ring. The guy's jumping on private jets, owns a jet, flexing, has this emptiness in him where he needs to show the world. He has a backpack full of money and suitcases full of $1 million watches. This is just ridiculous. Eventually, you're going to run out of money. Eventually, money, making it rain is nothing but bringing pain. You're going to run out of money. People are living just way above their means. But anyway, so I got skeptical of Bitcoin. Again, I could be pumped. I can buy a whole Bitcoin tomorrow, and I can afford it. And I'll be pumped when it goes back up. But I'll be honest. I'll be saying this shit is never going to a 10 million. Forget 4 million, 3 million, 2 million. These are just crazy numbers. We haven't seen that. 125 was a lot. Next cycle, all these predictions. Bitcoin's going to 350 grand. All right. I've yet to. I don't believe this 10 million thing. It's ridiculous. It's so preposterous to me. It's clear as day. It's clear as day. This is never going to happen. Maybe okay. Bitcoin's around. I don't know, 1,000 years from now, maybe. I don't know. But it's just ridiculous to me that this coin, this crypto, is just going to go up to 10 million and just to throw it out there. Some elites telling you to buy it. Meanwhile, their whole ETF, their whole electric, uh, their whole currency, their whole company, sorry, is built on Bitcoin going up. It's ridiculous. Anyway, I'm about to be out. I just want to get this off my chest. I don't give a damn if nobody watches this. I don't give a damn if YouTube doesn't promote this. I know how to get a lot of views on YouTube. I know how to do it. I've done it. I got to sit in front and produce a show and sit in front of my camera and show charts and sit here and do some bullshit analysis. People get happy and just start pumping shit. You know, that's what people like to do. But real talk, I just like to talk from my experience. I only know what I know. I know I've done really well over just timing, being patient and strategic, even with crypto. I got into Dogecoin before it was famous. And when people started getting into it, I got into it before it was 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cents. 3 cents. I got it under a penny. I saw where it was going, and it went up and up and up. I sold a lot of it. I still have one Doge under a penny in one of my portfolios, and every time it pops, it goes up to 17 cents. It's worth thousands and thousands of dollars, and I just watch it. I just hold on to it because I like Dogecoin. All right, I like Dogecoin, but I will tell you at the same time, it's a speculative asset. It's a meme coin. There was a time I really believed, and it didn't happen. I believed Dogecoin was going to be used everywhere. I thought I would go up to McDonald's 5 years in 2021, and they'd be having it right now. Even Bitcoin, I can't go to McDonald's right here and see it. I go to Europe a lot, around the world, travel. I see Bitcoin machines here and there. In Hungary, I see one in Poland. Where else? It was in Budapest in a mall. I think I see one in Italy. Um, Few and far between. Anyway, so yeah, we'll see what happens. I want people to get paid. I want Bitcoin. It would be great if Bitcoin goes to 1 million a coin. Damn, because I'm getting paid still. I still have some. Um, wow, this is crazy. I'm looking at some stuff that looks like UFOs up there. I think it's the plane getting hit right by the sun. Anyway, Bitcoin is never. I just want to go to regular. Never, ever, ever going to 10 million. Let's talk when it gets to 1 million. If it gets to 1 million, 10 million is redonkulous. It's stupid. It's like AMC, all those channels pumping AMC. I remember, it's good. And I spoke up and I was like, this is bullshit. It's that the AMC is never going up. You're lucky if it gets to 100 a share, 1,000 a share, 5,000. It's just garbage, trash, lies, rumors, clickbait, all that good stuff. Good luck. Live below your means. Don't end up being like one of those boomers living in your car. There'll be Generation X, millennials living in their cars, like when they're like 65, when it's time to retire. You know, invest wisely, live below your means. Don't be a sucker. Don't be, if Floyd Mayweather's going broke, don't be a mini Floyd Mayweather going out there flexing and flashing for what? For your neighbors to look good. When you're making like 60 grand a year and you're spending 30 grand, you got car notes, you got food, you got groceries, you got credit card debt, you got all these debts, and you're living way above your means, and then you're crying all of a sudden when you're 65 one day. We're all gonna get there, and you're gonna be crying. You're gonna be e-begging like a boomer in their car. Hey guys, I'm broke. I know, I never invested. I've seen videos like this, and they're hoping they want you to send them money in super chats. Hey guys, hi, I just want you to know I'm living in my car. I don't know how this happened. Meanwhile, this person was in their 20s, 30s, or 40s, effing around, spending crazy money, Louis Vuitton bags, flexing. I saw some woman living in a car in her 70s, hair dyed, nice nails, complaining, spent all her money, didn't save. It's unfortunate, you know. Gotta save money. Gotta invest for your future. Got to do the right thing. You got to do it. I'm bringing real talk to you. Real. You will be broke. You go out and you make, let's just make a number up. You make 100 grand a year. Let's say 100 grand. Oh, wow. I'll just make a name up. Tina makes 100 grand a year. Tina makes 100 grand a year. But Tina goes to the hair salon, gets her hair done every weekend. I don't know, $100 every weekend. Tip 120. That's over $400 a month. That's like 500 a month rounded off. Tina likes to get Michael Kors bags. This is spending Michael Kors bags now. Getting a Michael Kors bag, getting Amazon to the house. The 100 grand all of a sudden becomes 50 grand. Then there's Tina's groceries. And then there's Tina's credit card. The credit card payment, minimum payment, $400 a month. I've seen it. I know someone in my family like this. $400 minimum payment on your credit card a month, and 100 of it is interest. You're burning it. This is why people are broke, living way beyond their means, and they get on social media and they start crying. They start crying. I can't afford a house. Things are so expensive in the U.S. I can't afford. I can't, because they want to live in New York. They want, like me, they want to live in California. I can't afford. I can't even afford my rent. But I make 100 grand a year because they're living and flexing. They're living this bullshit flex culture life, showing off on social media, acting rich, and then hoping you bail them out. They want their super chat money. They want, hey guys, thank you. We're getting our goal met today. We're getting, oh yeah, send me more money, money, money. That ain't gonna last either. A lot of these YouTubers, they're gonna be broke as a joke. I'm telling you, the YouTube algorithm is like the crypto algorithm. A lot of these YouTubers today, I'm not talking about the 1%er. I'm talking about the blue collar YouTubers. A lot of these YouTubers making 100 grand, 50 grand a year. That ain't gonna last. It's like this. There's a lot of YouTubers. I've done YouTube since 2006. There's a lot of YouTubers. I got friends that had 1 million subscribers, making crazy money, blowing it all, spending it all. The channels are dead now, not by choice. I walked away from some of my high view channels. I walked away because I could afford to walk away. See, that's the difference. I planned for the future. I lived below my means, invested my YouTube money every dime like I was broke. Boom, boom, every day. Warren Buffett doesn't say, Warren, what is that? It's got to be a balloon. I'm always looking for UFOs. Warren Buffett said, you're not getting wealthy until you're making money when you're sleeping, and that's compounding wealth, and that happens with ETFs. I'm out.